How you going? You know what's always annoyed me about being Australian? And everyone around the world keeps making fun of us for it? That we don't have the ability to shoot fast projectiles out of a moving vehicle. But today I finally can, as Clash of Clans asked me to make this expo from the game that can shoot a 2-kilo arrow over 600 feet, all while moving on top of my car. Alright, it turns out I'm not the first to do a sponsorship for Clash of Clans, and ancient civilizations like the Romans and French copied their expos from the game and made them out of wood using primitive technology. But they had a funny way of pronouncing expos. They called them ballistas. And I was going to copy their designs, but as far as I can tell, they were really, really tiny. And I want something bigger and more impressive. Also, I've decided I'm not going to copy anything about their designs, as the Romans were all idiots. And I've got something they didn't. Access to spearfishing stores that stock overpowered rubber bands made in factories in Shenzhen. The Romans did, however, have access to beards and massive parties, which I don't, so we'll find out if that affects its performance. So this is the plan. The rubbers will run along the side of this square tube, and I'll have some bearings on the front which the rubbers will come over and then get pulled to the back with a winch, which has a quick release which I made in my last video. Now the point of these bearings on the front is that if I just had the rubbers tied to the front of the expo, they would only start providing pull force to the arrow here. But with the bearings you can pre-tension the rubbers and allow them to speed up the arrow until the very end of the muzzle. So we should get more power, but I also don't know. So the first thing I did was turn down this big block of aluminium in the lathe and cut it into these housings for the bearings, which are less comfortable than the houses they are used to living in, but now the bearings nicely fit the rubbers. Then I just put them onto the side of the rail. Next I attached the winch on the back, and I went for a hand winch as it feels more historically accurate, and I like the noise it makes and being able to feel the tension of the rubbers getting harder and harder to pull back, and the suspense of each click bringing me closer to the rubbers snapping and taking out my eye, which I just wouldn't get with an electric winch. And you've probably noticed that the frame is already painted, and you haven't actually seen me weld anything together or make anything. I'm just re-welding over welds. And you know, in that previous shot of me turning down the housing for the bearings in the lathe, that was a lie as well, and it was actually just a can of beans in my lathe. And I just lied to you again. It wasn't even beans, it was actually a can of tomatoes. But why do I keep lying to you? And you might be thinking I'm doing this because I don't want to show you the horrible conditions that the 3 children that actually made this frame work in, but that's not it either. It's because making stuff like this always takes so long and is relatively boring. So my mate and I actually made all of this and just didn't record it. And now in an attempt to make this whole video longer and show the process on camera, I'm just doing extra unnecessary work. So next I just pretended to do some more welds. And now comes the really hard part, where I need to pretend to make the whole bottom half of my frame that attaches to my car, which my mate Rowan already made. And now it's done. Well, functionally done. It needs to look more like the expo from Clash of Clans. But first, I really wanted to do some test shots to find out if this even works in my yard, in the middle of a populated suburban city. And for anyone that's about to write a comment getting angry at me that I'm testing a ballista in a populated area, let me just remind you that I have a ballista that may or may not work. So we decided to test it first with one rubber in an attempt to build up suspense. But first, to build up even more suspense, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the sponsor of the video, Clash of Clans, and the ongoing event, Clash for Nature. Clash of Clans is a super fun strategy game where you build defenses, upgrade your base, and attack other players. And since I announced that I'm in the event, everyone has been raiding my base non-stop.
Who keeps killing all my guys? And I keep losing and people keep raiding me.
Clash of Clans has an ongoing event named Clash for Nature, which is almost reaching the end, and will be having a significant update coming up right after the release of Town Hall 16. In Clash for Nature there are 2 teams, the charities Team Trees or Team Seas, and if you see my last video, you know I'm on Team Trees. All your in-game actions during the event will lead to planting trees and removing trash from the ocean in real life. Any of you can join the event right now, even if you haven't played Clash of Clans before. You just scan my QR code, and then you get gold through multiplayer battles and looting other players' bases. Just don't loot my base, please. And whichever creator and community that loots the most gold will win a Tesla and other prizes. And I'm currently ranked 4th in the Clash for Nature event, and if we win, I'll get a bunch of prizes I can give to you guys. Also, I just want to stop Papa Plate from winning. So, go download Clash of Clans now. Okay, back to the test of the expo with one rubber.
Okay.
I'll just take this off. Ready?
3, 2, 1.
That sucks.
Yeah.
And that was not very impressive. So we put on another rubber, and I also forgot how to do countdowns.
Much harder to pull back. 3, 2, 3, 2.
How was that?
And that looked significantly quicker, which is good, as it's going to be even faster with a third rubber. So we put that on, and also attempted to shoot it through the chronograph so we can get some speed readings and then compare it to the Romans. And we can also compare it to the speed of the Expo and Clash of Clans, which looks like it's going very fast.
Oh, you need to turn the chronograph on. Do you want me to point it?
Hold on. Yeah, point.
You turn it on. Ready? 3, 2.
And that was way slower than I was expecting. The maximum speed we got was 22 meters a second. And apparently the Roman ballistas could shoot a 400-gram bolt at 90 meters a second. The bolt that we're shooting weighs 2 kilos though. So I cut it down so it weighed 400 grams and gave it another go, which might make it 5 times faster. And my first shot was 36 meters a second, but I think I know how to make it faster. You know what I said earlier about Romans having an advantage because they have beards and engage in other activities? So I thought my mate Rowan should have a shot.
Put your face shield down. Thank you.
2, 1.
And Rowan's was suspiciously faster than my shot at 38 meters or 130 feet per second. And that's not 90 meters a second fast like the Romans, but it's still pretty good considering the Roman ballistas that achieved those speeds had a draw weight of 5,000 pounds, while our Expo's draw weight is only around 500 pounds. Don't ask me how that's possible, I really don't know. But then I realized something. How did the Romans know how fast they were shooting? They didn't have chronographs or Gavin from the slow-mo guys. So I think all the Romans were lying, and the same with the French, especially the French. Okay, now it's time to make this look like the level 10 Expo from Clash of Clans, which we did by covering it in foam. And this may surprise some of you because you're stupid, but these limbs here don't do anything. Neither does this foam on the front or this aesthetic string. Sorry, that does. And now you're probably looking at this and thinking, Alex, which is my name, this looks a bit like the level 10 Expo from Clash of Clans, but how is it going to shoot magical bolts and auto lock onto targets and then auto reload like in the game? Well, it's not. That wasn't in my budget, and also that's impossible, and you're just going to have to play the game to see that happen. It will hopefully still shoot and look really cool though. Okay, I think my neighbours are preparing for siege warfare, so it's time to take it out to Hamilton's farm and do some real tests. Also, this is obvious, but anyone watching, especially people living in Syracuse in the 4th century BC, don't put an Expo on your car or try any of this at home. And we're going to do a couple of different tests, like a penetration test on this car door that I stole from an undercover cop car, and also shoot this historically accurate Spartan suit of armor. And this armor is a good test, as in the game, the Expo can be used against troops like Pekka, this giant guy in a suit of armor. Then we'll have a distance test and an accuracy test, and then finally a drive-by test. And whoever gets the most points wins something. I haven't decided yet.
Ron, do you think we should do a range test first?
Yeah, that sounds
See
good.
distance?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good way to lose a bolt.
Yeah, but then at least...
And then we only have to shoot 2.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's great. And also, if we do a destruction test first, we might up the bolts.
Yeah.
We might destroy them. I was going to say we can have a competition, but it won't really be a competition because it's just going to be who can wind it back the furthest and tilt it at the lowest angle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tight.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, first I wanted to know how far it can shoot. So we loaded up the small bolt to do a distance test.
Oh, I'm pretty... Oh, face shield. That's what I fucking forgot.
I almost brought some fencing helmets.
Maybe I should put this on. Actually, then I can't see.
Nah, you put it on.
No, I'm not putting it on. Okay. gonna keep my face away from it. Okay. 3, 2. Holy. 3, 2.
Holy. That was pretty good.
That was pretty good. The fletching was weird.
And that acted really weirdly in the air with the duct tape fletching that I put on. And also one of the rubbers snapped. But even with that, it went over 120 meters or 300 feet. So we put on another rubber and took off the fletching and tried again.
3, 2, 1. 2, 1. 1. Similar distance.
Okay.
And I thought that flew a similar distance, but it turns out it flew a lot further at around 160 meters or 520 feet. But that was measured by my steps, and I am slightly biased. And also the steepest angle I could get the Expo to was like 15 degrees because of how I attached it to the car. So if it was at 45 degrees, the bolt would go much further. So now we're going to try the Expo up against some targets and see what it does. And Rowan was up first.
Ah!
Yeah, it's comfy up here.
See our point system we're going for here. What's worth the most?
Yeah. So there's 3 of us shooting.
Yeah.
I think if you pierce the armor, you get 3 points.
Yeah.
If you just pierce a mannequin, you get 1 point. If you miss, you get -1. And if you get through the car door, 4.
Okay.
So you can just choose.
What were those points again?
Don't ask me that.
There's no, it can't hit me if you aim it down at me right now, right?
Huh? What are you aiming for?
I'm going for the door.
He's going for the door.
Yeah, he's a 4-pointer.
Or maybe I want the Roman. I don't know. There it is. I have no idea. 3, 2, 1. One.
It dipped down
I missed.
And he didn't account for the drop of the heavy bolts and shot low in between their legs. So he's on 0 points. And next was Alexa.
Can you open this door?
Milady.
Miss,
Yes! That's exactly what I wanted. This feels amazing.
Yeah.
This feels so good.
It feels fucking sick.
Oh.
And I feel awesome just being at the front.
Yeah.
Loading. I'll go record.
I feel so powerful right now.
I'm gonna go record on this guy. Don't.
what are you going for?
I think Alex.
Go.
Is it?
Go. No, go. You can go more. Go more. Okay, you can stop.
3, 2, 1. What does that count as? Because I took his pants off. I undressed him. I did exactly what I wanted to do.
And somehow, Alexa took the guy's pants off. And I don't even know how many points that is worth. Probably 9? And now it was my turn, and I was feeling the pressure to hit something.
What angle were you shooting the ballista at?
Don't tell him that.
Yeah, I'm not telling. You work it out. You built the thing.
I don't know what I'm aiming for.
Oh! It's okay. Still got it.
What was that noise? Oh, this.
Springs.
Okay.
Can you go further?
Nice.
Sorry.
Sabotaging me, Rowan.
Oh, what? Did you lock it in?
Nice.
0, -1, -1.
And 2 of the rubbers broke, and it didn't go very far, so I was on -1. Okay, so after Rowan and I spent an hour retying all the rubbers, we moved the car closer and had another shot.
Yeah, I'll go for man.
No, go for the car door.
No, I'll go for man. 3, 2, 1.
Yay! Whoa! Whoa! What?
It didn't hit front on though.
It just flew in the air. That's gonna destroy your windscreen if it flies off.
So far forward.
and that bolt hit sideways and bounced off. And this is all very hard. I'm starting to think that Expos and ballistas aren't the best siege weapons, or I'm just horrible at making things. And unlike the game where the Expo automatically locks onto enemies, we were having trouble hitting anything. So I moved the car a little bit closer. And took aim at the Spartan guy.
Count us down.
3.
I really think that's just gonna bounce straight off, actually.
2, 1.
Oh, whoa!
In the heart!
Straight through.
Finally.
Mate, Alex, amazing aim.
Thank you. This is all we had to
How'd
do.
you hit it from that far?
Well, I know.
Right in the heart.
Oh my
That's a
god.
great shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't touch him. Alright, well, did you aim for his heart?
Kind of.
And that was pretty impressive damage. It only stopped because the bolt got wider and it almost went all the way through.
Broadhead into him.
Yeah. It'll absolutely go through that way.
Poor guy.
So then Hamilton's mate had a shot at the car door.
You winded it all the way back?
Yeah. Okay. Alright. 3, 2, 1.
Woo!
Did you get it?
Yeah.
It went in. Maybe. Oh, whoa!
What?
Holy sh! Dude, that sliced through so easily.
Go like the arrow.
Look at that. The way
Oh,
it
just like a
peeled it up.
peeled
On
it like
both
a
sides?
can.
No, just one. Oh, it must have hit this and then
Down.
pushed up.
And now it's Hamilton's turn to shoot the Santa guy.
A bit lower.
Oh! Holy sh!
Wait, was that the head?
Oh my god, in the heart again?
That's great.
He's got a spear sticking out.
Nothing's back.
Okay, now we know that the bolt would do some serious damage, but we still don't know how easy it is to use while driving. So I tried that.
Yep. Yep. Whenever you're ready. Yeah, drive slowly next to them. I won't point it at you boys.
Thank you.
Yeah, go slowly next to them.
Okay, go a bit closer to him.
And that was ridiculously hard to aim, so I tried again.
Yep, you can go. Go a bit closer to him.
And we couldn't find the bolt in the long grass, so we formed a search and rescue line. And besides finding a body that Hamilton had buried on his farm earlier, we couldn't find the bolt. But luckily on the way back, Alexa stepped on it, which is great, as now Hamilton won't die while mowing his lawn. Okay, we were getting pretty bored and sunburnt, so we told ourselves that this was the last attempt.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Here we go. Get him, Alex. Yes! Yes! Oh, in the neck. Oh wait, I don't need to keep driving.
And that was extremely fun to shoot and did some great damage. And as for which one of us wins my made-up competition, probably Alexa for taking the guy's pants off. And there you go. I think I did a pretty good job of replicating the Expo from Clash of Clans, and mine actually had enough power to even take down armored troops from the game. So go download Clash of Clans right now and scan my QR code and join the event to not only plant trees, but also potentially win a Tesla and other prizes. And considering I'm number 4 right now, we are pretty close. Also, a hot tip for new and existing players, you should get the builder package for your town, and that gives you the advantage of progressing quickly in the early stages of the game. Good luck in the event. Thank you so much for watching. If you like that, subscribe and check out some of my other videos.
Catch him, catch him.